Title: The 3-0 Research Trick Jumia Used to Beat Empty Warehouses, and How You Can Copy It Today. Part 1. Find the person before you find the product. In 2015, a Jumia category manager in Lagos lost his job in one afternoon, not because he ordered the wrong phone, because he ordered the right phone for the wrong person. He bought 5,000 units of a phone with a huge battery at a cheap price. Perfect for Nigerians, he thought. But the only people who wanted that phone were Kek riders in Kano, who do not shop online. The Lagos students he marketed to wanted selfie cameras, not battery life. The stock sat for 9 months. That mistake taught Jumia a rule that now runs their entire business. You are not selling to Nigeria. You are selling to Amina in Zaria at PM on a Sunday, with 2,000 naira on her OPay and a sister's wedding next week. If you cannot name her, you cannot sell to her. If you are an entrepreneur, unemployed, underemployed, or trying to build something while on Social Security, this is the first skill that keeps you from wasting time and money. You do not need a big budget to find your customer. You need to think like Jumia thinks. This is part 1 of 3. Today we focus only on identifying your potential customer, Jumia style. In part 2, we will test products without burning cash. In part 3, we will give you 8 principles, 3 deadly mistakes, and lessons you can use tomorrow. No tables, no fluff. Just what works. The Jumia mindset. Market is not a customer. Walk through Yaba Market and shout, "Who needs a new blender?" Everyone will look. Now say, "Who will pay 7,500 naira right now for a blender that gets delivered tomorrow to Festac with pay on delivery?" Suddenly the crowd is small. That small crowd is your customer. Jumia won because it stopped selling to Nigerians and started selling to micro-tribes. 3 of them built the company. Micro-tribe 1. The time-poor professional. She works in Marina. She closes late. She hates traffic. She trusts her phone, but not online payments. She wants authentic products, same-day delivery, and a human to call if it goes wrong. Her pain is not price. Her pain is trust and time. Micro-tribe 2. The aspiring reseller. He runs a shop in Aba or Alaba. He needs wholesale prices. He will only pay when the rider arrives, so he can check the goods. He cares about margin more than brand. His pain is risk and capital. Micro-tribe 3. The budget student. She is in Unilage, OAU, or Uniben. She has less than 5,000 naira to spend. She uses free night data. She will wait for delivery if shipping is free. Her pain is cash flow. Same Jumia app. 3 different people. 3 different experiences. Other companies build one homepage and wonder why conversion is low. Jumia built 3 silent homepages inside one app. How Jumia actually identifies these people. Without a big budget, most new founders do research like this. Please fill this Google form. Would you buy my idea? Friends say yes. Strangers ignore it. A founder feels confident and orders stock. 6 months later, reality shows up. Jumia does it backwards. They find the pain first, then attach a product to it. Here is how you can copy that with 0 capital. Step 1. Mind the complaints, not the compliments. Jumia's call center in Yaba is not a cost center. It is their research lab. Every call gets tagged. Customer wanted to pay on delivery. Customer asked if this iPhone is UK used. Customer in Abadan said delivery took too long. After 10,000 tags, patterns appear. In 2013, the Lotus pattern was fear. People wanted e-commerce, but did not trust online cards. So Jumia built pay on delivery and trained riders to carry POS machines. Konga pushed card payments early. Jumia won trust first, transactions second. How you use this? Go to your competitor's Instagram page. Read the comments on their ads. Ignore the fire emojis. Screenshot the complaints. Do you deliver to McCurdy? Is this original? Can I pay when it arrives? Each complaint is a customer segment telling you exactly what they need to buy. If you are unemployed, your research budget is data and time. 1-star reviews on Jumia and Amazon are free MBA classes. Step 2. Watch behavior at 10 p.m., not opinions at 10 a.m. People lie on surveys. They tell the truth with their thumbs at night. Jumia noticed that searches for a phone under 20,000 naira spiked between 9 p.m. and midnight. That is not a coincidence. That is students on free night bundles, hiding under blankets, window shopping with money they do not have yet. Jumia created midnight deals and pay small. They matched the behavior, not the interview answer. Compare that to smaller stores that run flash sales at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Who is online then? Not your broke student. Not your 9-to-5 worker. How you use this? Open Jumia or Google Trends. Type your product idea and see what related searches pop up. Check the time of day your audience is most active in Facebook groups. If mothers in your area complain about food prices at 5 p.m., that is when you post. Behavior is the truth. Step 3. Use humans. Where the internet stops, Jumia's biggest growth hack was not an app update. It was J-Force. J-Force agents are normal people in every state who take orders offline and enter them online for a commission. They are the aunties at the market, the youth leader at church, the NYSC member with a phone. Why does this matter for finding customers? Because J-Force agents meet people Amazon will never see. The tailor in Kaduna who needs a sewing machine but has no email. The farmer in Benue who buys bulk items once a month but only trusts cash. Conga tried to be digital first. Jumia went human first, digital second. That is how they discovered the offline-online customer. How you use this. If you are underemployed, you already know people big brands do not. Your potential customer is in your estate WhatsApp group, your mosque, your old secondary school, alumni chat. Talk to them before you build anything. Ask what they bought last month that stressed them. That story is your product roadmap. Step 4. Let demand speak before you buy inventory. This is Jumia's quiet superpower. They do not guess, they wait for proof. Example, thousands of people searched for Orimo power bank, 20,000 milliamp, on Jumia, before Jumia officially sold it. The search data was a signed petition from the market. Only then did Jumia's buyers call Orimo. They did not launch and pray. They confirmed and supplied. Compare that to companies that import to containers of a TikTok gadget because an influencer used it. Hope is expensive. Search data is free. How you use this? Before you spend 1 naira on stock, run a fake door test. Post the product on WhatsApp status or a simple landing page when it's sold out. Join waitlist. If 50 people click, notify me in 7 days, you have a customer. If only your cousin clicks, you do not. You just save rent money. What this means, Fiat's fee were starting with nothing. Jumia did not start with warehouses. Had started with a laptop, a list of complaints, and a promise to deliver. Your job is not to be creative yet. Your job is to be accurate. Answer these 3 Jumia-style questions before you sketch a logo. 1. Who loses sleep at 8 p.m. because of this problem? 2. Where does that person already go to vent or search? 3. What bad solution are they using today because nothing better exists? If you can answer those with a name, a place, and a current hack, you have found your potential customer. If you cannot, do not buy anything yet. In part 2, we will show how Jumia tests products on those humans with almost zero risk. You will learn the 1 rack rule, the pre-order 500, and how to know in 7 days if you should stop or scale. In part 3, we will break down 8 Jumia principles, 3 mistakes that bury other companies, and the exact lessons you can use even if your only tool is a phone and small data. If this is opening your eyes, subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Every week I take one African company, tear down how they really make money, and turn it into steps you can use with no capital. Part 2 of this Jumia series drops there first, and I will show you the exact message to send to test your idea today. Do not guess who your customer is. Learn it like Jumia. See you in part 2. Title: The 1 Rack Test. How Jumia kills bad products in 7 days before they kill your wallet. Part 2. Testing on humans without going broke. In part 1, we learn how Jumia finds the angry, sweaty, real human before they ever open the app. The Logos banker, the Opera reseller, the Unifilag student. Jumia does not guess. It listens. But here is the dangerous part. Finding the right human is only 50% of the game. The other 50% is testing your idea on them before you buy inventory, rent a shop, or quit your job. Most founders do it backwards. They spend 6 months building, then 1 day praying. Jumia spends 7 days testing, then 6 months scaling. This is part 2. We will break down how Jumia tests products on potential customers using real Jumia tactics. We will also start rolling out the 8 core principles Jumia uses to identify and test. No fluff, no tables, just street-level tactics you can copy tomorrow with the phone in your hand. If you are unemployed, underemployed, or building your way off Social Security, this is where you save yourself from the pink Bluetooth speaker mistake. Let's go. Why build it and they will come is a cemetery walk. Through Yaba Market, you will see stalls that opened last month already locked up. The owners did not fail because they were lazy. They failed because they tested with their rent money. Jumia Nigeria learned this in 2014. They imported thousands of units of a smartwatch that looked like an Apple Watch. It flopped. Meanwhile, a no-name Bluetooth earpiece that tested with 50 units sold out in 48 hours. The difference was not the product. It was the test. Jumia's rule. Never use your own money to learn what a customer will tell you for free. Here is how they do it. The Jumia testing playbook. 4 ways they validate before they invest. Test 1. The fake door test. Jumia lists a product that does not exist yet. They write the description, shoot photos with a sample, set a price, and put it live. When you click Buy Now, you get a message. Sorry, this item is currently out of stock. Enter your email and we will notify you. That is not an apology. That is a test. If 300 people tried to buy in 1 week, Jumia knows demand is real. It's called a supplier that same day. If only 2 people click, the product dies quietly and no one loses money. Compare that to Konga. In 2015, Konga would bulk order new categories and hope. Jumia would fake door them first. Your move. You do not need a website. Post the product on WhatsApp status or Instagram story with pre-order, limited slots. If people send you money or even just I want this, you have signal. If they just like the post, you have nothing. Yikes, do not pay rent. Transfers to. Test 2. The 1 rack test. Go to any Jumia warehouse and you will find a section called Test SKUs. It is literally 1 rack. 50 units max. Jumia does not order a container. They order a suitcase. They put it in 3 cities, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. If it sells out in Lagos but dies in Abuja, that tells them something. Maybe it is a traffic problem, not a product problem. Maybe Hausa keywords are missing. Other companies do soft launches with 5,000 units. That is not a test. That is a bet. Your move. Do not buy 100 pieces of your new bag design. Make 3. Sell them to people in your church, estate, or old office. If you cannot sell 3 to people who know you, you cannot sell 3,000 to strangers. Test 3. The COD conversation. Pay on delivery is Jumia's secret weapon. Not because of trust, but because of data. When the Jumia delivery agent hands over the package, he asks 1 question. Any reason you almost did not buy this? The answers get logged. Thought it would be fake. Wanted blue, not black. Shipping took too long. That is free product research. Amazon cannot do that because they do not meet the customer. Jumia's agents meet them at the door with a POS machine and a question. Payport and other sites copied pay on delivery. They missed the second part. Use the doorstep to learn. Your move. If you sell anything, deliver it yourself the first 10 times. Do not use a dispatcher. Ask the buyer, what made you nervous before paying? That answer is your next product improvement. Test 4. The vendor test. Jumia does not just test customers. They test suppliers. Before Jumia Marketplace became huge, they had a rule. Any new vendor had to ship 10 units to Jumia's warehouse in 7 days. If the vendor missed the deadline, they were out. Why? Because customers hate out of stock more than they hate expensive. Jumia was testing whether the supply chain could handle the demand test. A lot of new founders test product demand but forget to test if they can actually restock. You sell out in 2 days, then disappear for 3 weeks. Customers do not wait. They move on. Your move. Before you promise delivery in 3 days, ship to your cousin in another state. Can you actually do it in 3 days for the price you quoted? If not, fix that before you take one order. The first 4 of 8 Jumia principles. Explained. Now that you have seen how Jumia tests, let us formalize the rules. These are the first 4 of 8 principles Jumia uses to identify and test. We will cover the last 4 in Part 3. Principle 1. Start with the complaint, not the category. Jumia does not say, let us enter home appliances. They say, 10,000 people complained about any PA and heat in the last 30 days. What product solves that quietly and under 20,000 naira? That is how rechargeable fans exploded. Other companies say, phones are trending. Let us sell more phones. Jumia says, people are angry. What is the cheapest way to remove the anger? Your move. Go to Jumia reviews, YouTube comments, and Twitter replies. Do not look for 5-star reviews. Look for the words I wish, I hate, and if only. That is your product brief. Principle 2. Validate with cash, not clicks. A click is curiosity. A card entry is intent. A successful pay on delivery is commitment. Jumia tracks add to cart, but only celebrates delivered and paid. Too many new entrepreneurs celebrate Instagram saves. Saves do not ship. Compared to Payport, Payport had huge social engagement, but low conversion. Jumia had less hype and more delivered packages. Guess who is still standing? Your move. Your test is not how many people said nice. Your test is how many people sent money before you had stock. Principle 3. Test in the chaos. Not the lab. Jumia does not test in perfect conditions. They test during Black Friday, during fuel scarcity, during rain. Why? Because if your product survives Lagos traffic in the rain with a customer who is already annoyed, it will survive anywhere. Other companies do pilot programs with friendly users in air-conditioned offices. That is not the real world. Your move. Give your sample to the busiest, most impatient person you know. If they still use it twice, you are on to something. Principle 4. Kill fast, bury quietly. Learn publicly. Jumia kills hundreds of SKUs every quarter. You never hear about them. No press release. No ego. But inside Jumia, every dead SKU has post-mortem. Why did it die? Wrong price? Bad photo? No trust? That doc gets shared. Most founders keep dead products on their website for months because they are embarrassed. That is how you burn cash and confidence. Your move. Set a rule. If you cannot sell 10 units in 14 days, you stop. No emotions. Write down why. Then try again. Where other companies bleed money, we promised 3 mistakes. Here is the first one, because it fits testing. Mistake 1. Texting on friends and family. Your sister will buy your shea butter to support you. A stranger in Kano will not. Jumia's first testers are strangers with COD. If strangers do not buy, you do not have a business. You have a donation. Amazon made this mistake early in China. They trusted internal data. Alibaba trusted street vendors. Alibaba 1. Lessons learned. You can use tomorrow. Lesson 1. Demand comes before supply. Always. If you cannot prove 10 people want it this week, do not spend 10 kobo. Lesson 2. Your first 10 sales should be uncomfortable. If it feels easy, you are probably selling to people who pity you. Lesson 3. The street is your lab. Jumia's best data comes from dispatch riders, not dashboards. That is part 2. You now know how to find the human and how to test your idea on them without losing your savings. In part 3, we will finish the last 4 Jumia principles. We will expose the other 2 deadly mistakes that kill new e-commerce brands, and we will give you a 1-page checklist you can use to validate any idea by next Friday, even if you are starting with 0 capital. If this is helping you think like a real founder, subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Part 3 drops next week, and I am also doing a live teardown of viewer's product idea. Comment. Jumia I might pick yours. Who not test with your rent? Test like Jumia. See you in part 3. Title. The Hapus Port Rule. How Jumia kills products fast, and why that made them billions. Part 3. The 8 Principles, 3 Mistakes, and Lessons that Keep You Alive. In Part 1, we learned how Jumia finds the real human before they find the product. Not Nigerians. Amina, in Zaria, the Lagos banker, the Aba reseller. In Part 2, we saw how Jumia tests without burning cash. Fake door tests, one-rack tests, COD conversations. They validate with money, not compliments. Now we finish the playbook. Today you get the last 4 of the 8 core principles Jumia uses to identify customers and test products. Then we will expose the final 2 mistakes that bury other companies. Then I will give you hard lessons learned that work, even if you are unemployed, underemployed, or building from social security. No tables, no theory, just what Jumia does when nobody's watching. Let us close this loop. The last 4 of 8 Jumia principles explained. We covered 4 principles in Part 2. Here are principles 5 through 8. These are the rules that separate Jumia from shops that launch and disappear. Principle 5. Borrow trust before you build it. Jumia and Nigeria did not launch with trust. Nigeria did not trust online shopping in 2012. So Jumia borrowed trust from people who already had it. How? 3 moves. First, pay on delivery. They made the dispatch rider the trust bridge. You pay when the item is in your hand. The rider becomes your refund policy. Second, brands first. Before Jumia Marketplace, Jumia stocked Samsung, Winatone, and HP. You might not trust Jumia, but you trust Samsung. Jumia stood behind Samsung's name while it built its own. Third, G-Force agents. That youth leader in your area who helps you order, you trust him. He trusts Jumia. So now you trust Jumia. Compare that to smaller e-commerce sites that launch with our new brand and wonder why nobody buys. Trust is the product. Everything else is a feature. Your move. If you are new, do not ask people to trust you yet. Partner with someone they already trust. Say through a church vendor. Use a known logistics company. Get a testimonial from a local person with a face. Borrow trust until yours is strong. Principle 6. Obsess over the second order, not the first. Most founders celebrate the first sale. Jumia's category managers get bonuses on the second sale from the same customer. Why? Because the first order proves you can market. The second order proves you solved a real problem. Jumia tracks 30-day repeat rate. If a phone customer does not come back for a case, charger, or airtime in 30 days, something is wrong. This is why Jumia pushes frequently bought together and customers also bought. It is not upsell. It is a test. If you cannot sell the second item, your first item was probably luck, discount, or curiosity. Konga had big one-time campaign sales. Jumia built repeat buyers. Happy buyers pay for warehouses. One-time buyers pay for your ads and leave. Your move. Before you scale, ask one question. What will this customer buy from me next month? If the answer is, I do not know, do not scale yet. Build the second product first. For a hair vendor, the second order is conditioner. For a food seller, it is next week as soup. Plan it. Principle 7. Use friction as a filter. This sounds wrong, but it is true. Jumia sometimes adds friction on purpose. Example. For high-fraud items like iPhones, Jumia once removed pay on delivery in certain cities. Sales dropped. Fraud dropped more. Profit went up. They realized, not every sale is a good sale. If removing COD loses the scammer and keeps the real Lagos banker, that is a win. Jumia also uses delivery fees to filter. Free shipping on low-margin items attracts the wrong customer, the one who will return it because I was just checking. Small delivery fees keep the serious buyers. Other companies remove all friction and drown in returns, fake orders, and abuse. Your move. Do not make it easy for everyone. Make it easy for your person. If your customer is a busy professional, then fast checkout helps. If your customer is a reseller who always haggles, then a chat to negotiate button is good friction. Design friction for your human, not against them. Principle 8. The post-mortem rule, kill fast, learn faster. Inside Jumia, dead products are not shameful. They are data. Every quarter, category managers hold a sketchy funeral. They list every product that did not hit 10 sales in 90 days. No blame. Just 3 questions. 1. Did we target the wrong human? Did we test the wrong way? 3. What would we do differently that next 10,000 naira? That document gets shared. The next manager does not repeat the pink Bluetooth speaker mistake. Compare that to founders who keep dead stock on their page for 2 years because we already paid for it. You are not just losing money. You are losing learning speed. Amazon calls this working backwards. Jumia calls it move, not lie to yourself. Your move has had a kill date before you launch. If I do not sell 10 units by day 14, I stop and write why. That rule will save your savings. The 3 mistakes other companies make and how Jumia avoids them. We gave you mistake 1 in part 2. Testing on friends and family. Here are the final 2. Mistake 2. Falling in love with the product, not the problem. In 2017, a Nigerian startup launched a beautiful smart mirror. Touchscreen, weather, news. Tech blogs loved it. Investors clapped. Customers did not care. Why? Because the founder loved the mirror. The customer's problem was, I am late to work. A mirror does not solve that. 500 naira danfo ride does. Jumia avoids this by making category managers spend 2 days a month on delivery bikes. When you see a customer reject a parcel because NEPA just took light and I cannot confirm the price, you stop loving your fancy features. You start loving the generator and the POS machine. How you avoid it? Before you name your product, write the customer's Tuesday problem in 1 sentence. If your product is not in that sentence, kill it. Example. Amina needs to look good for her sister's wedding, but has only 2,000 naira and no card. The answer is not a luxury makeup kit. It is a 2,000 naira bundle with free delivery to Zaria. Mistake 3. Scaling noise. Instead of scaling signal. Here is how companies die. They get 10 sales from Instagram. They think it is working. They buy 1,000 units and run ads. Sales do not scale. They scale expenses. Jumia scales differently. They look for signal. Signal means same type of customer, same reason, same repeat behavior, into cities. If 10 you unlock students buy your thrift gown for the same reason, sheep and fast 4-class dinner, and 5 of them come back next month, that is signal. Now you can buy 50 more. If 10 random people buy for 10 random reasons, that is noise. Do not scale noise. Payport scaled noise in 2016. Big influencer campaigns, random traffic. When the hype died, sales died. Jumia scaled signal. Students, resellers, professionals. Each group got its own playbook. How you avoid it? Do not ask, how many sales did I get? Ask, how many sales came from the same type of person for the same reason? If the answer is less than 7 out of 10, you do not have product market fit yet. You have luck. Lessons learned. You can use with 0 capital. You made it to the end. Here is the Jumia playbook boiled down to moves you can make this week, even if your account balance is 0. Lesson 1. Demand is a weapon. Use it before you spend. Do not buy inventory. Buy evidence. A screenshot of 30 people saying, I want this, beats a warehouse of hope. Use fake doorposts, waitlists, and pre-orders. Lesson 2. Your first customer is not the market. It is one person with a name. If you cannot describe their morning, you do not know them. Jumia knows the Lagos banker gets home at 8 p.m. So they offer evening delivery. Who is your person? And what time does their problem hurt most? Lesson 3. Test. Where it is messy. Do not give samples to your calm friend. Give it to the busiest, most impatient person you know. If they still use it, you have something. Jumia tests during Black Friday rain, not in boardrooms. Lesson 4. Kill your darlings fast. Set a date. If you do not hit the number, stop. Write the lesson. Jumia's dead SKUs teach more than their bestsellers. Pride keeps dead products alive. Post-mortems keep founders alive. Lesson 5. Borrow trust, then earn it. Use pay on delivery. Use a known partner. Use a face people recognize. Jumia wrote on Samsung's name until Jumia's name was enough. Who can you stand next to? Lesson 6. The second sale is the real sale. Do not celebrate until the same customer comes back. Design your second product before you scale the first. Lesson 7. Friction is not evil. If removing a button removes scammers, remove it. If adding a delivery fee removes unserious buyers, add it. Build for your human, not for everyone. Lesson 8. Your job is to remove pain, not to be impressive. The customer does not care about your app. She cares that her blender came before her husband came home. Be useful first. Be fancy later. Your turn. Jumia did not become Jumia with a perfect plan. They became Jumia by watching angry customers, testing with one rack, and killing fast. You can do the same. Start today. Pick one complaint you have heard this week. Write the name of the person who said it. Post a fake door test. See who knocks. Do that, and you are already ahead of 90% of people with business ideas. If this 3-part series helped you, subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Next week I am dropping the exact 500 script Jumia J-Force agents used to get their first 10 orders without ads. I'm also tearing down a subscriber's idea live and showing how to apply these 8 principles in real time. Comment GUMA, and I will send you the one-page checklist I used to validate ideas in 7 days. Stop guessing. Start testing. Build like Jumia.